Coming up, find out why dozens of kids were dancing outside McLoughlin Middle School. And a VPS teacher is recognized by the governor as one of the state's very best. Plus, Chad Young introduces us to some record-breaking athletes at Fort Vancouver and a whole lot more. Let's go inside Vancouver Public Schools. Live it up, live it up, live it up, live it up. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Nick Voll. We have a lot of great stuff for you today. Dancing, sports, not at the same time, and a whole lot more. But first, let's do our top three. These are our favorite social media posts, and we start with good news. Instructional technology facilitator Megan Williams earned a $5,000 grant from the state to bring coding to elementary students with special needs. That $5,000 was matched by the Foundation for Vancouver Public Schools. The program is getting fired up now, and we'll actually have a story on this program for you later this year. Congrats to Ms. Williams and to all the kids who will get to take part. And our number two is great news for Columbia River senior Josh Bottleberg. The swimmer just committed to compete at Notre Dame. That means he'll not only be competing at the highest collegiate level, he'll be earning a degree at one of the country's best universities. Josh is aiming for another state title before he graduates as boys swimming season gets set to kick off. And finally, our number one, and it's big news for the district. Last night, voters in Vancouver decided to keep board president Mark Stoker on for another term. Wendy Smith won an open board seat. She's a teacher at Heritage High School who hopes to bring her expertise in the classroom to the school board. Congrats to Mr. Stoker and Ms. Smith, and to everyone across our community, thank you for casting your ballot. McLoughlin Middle School welcomed an important guest recently, and they didn't just say hi. As Amanda Richter reports, they had something a little more elaborate in mind.
A VIP rolls up to McLoughlin Middle School, accompanied by a police escort. Orly Waba came to Mac to give a speech about kindness and was met by dozens of students dancing.
This is probably the greatest surprise that I ever got from anyone by far.
November 12th is the 6th annual Dance for Kindness, a worldwide event founded by WABA and the Life Fest Inside organization. In more than 50 countries, thousands of people will take part in a flash mob, dancing to the same song, and a freeze mob where participants hold a pose demonstrating kindness. WABA, a former teacher, began Life Fest Inside with a video that's been seen more than 30 million times online. It's about kindness, believing in yourself, and treating others with respect.
That's why I became a teacher, because I love kids, and it's about inspiring them to pursue their dreams and to pursue their goals and to never allow them to have the words of others or the cynicism of others pull that dream away from them.
Teacher Jason Hattrick invited WABA to share her story with a packed gymnasium. WABA talked about concepts that hit home with middle schoolers, like staying true to yourself.
We're teenagers, just starting out, people just start acting differently towards their friends and their teachers. They just need something to remind them that they're them and they don't need to change for anybody else.
WABA hopes to inspire kids to treat others with respect.
With everything going on in the world right now, the messaging is just so on point.
These students hope to make these basic principles a part of everyday life at MAC.
Kindness is everywhere, and that you have the power to change things based on how you act, and that your actions have a lot of meaning.
When you see someone, not just judging them or being rude, just being kind to people.
You are showing them that they are an equivalent to you.
The final takeaway? Follow your dreams.
Nothing is impossible if you believe enough and you have the courage enough to pursue it.
Inside Vancouver Public Schools, I'm Amanda Richter.
Thanks, Amanda. Again, the National Dance for Kindness is on November 12th next week. For more information, go to the LifeVest Inside website. That's lifevestinside.com. You can check out the Kindness Boomerang video there, learn more about the organization, and a whole lot more. A social studies teacher from Vancouver iTech Preparatory earns recognition from the governor. John Zingale, who teaches at the middle school campus of iTech Prep, is the 2017 winner of the Governor's Award for Excellence in Teaching History. The award was given by the State Historical Society, and it came as a surprise.
It was very shocking. It's very humbling. It means a lot because sometimes I think teachers aren't recognized enough for what we do with the children in our society, and it's nice to be recognized, obviously, but I don't necessarily feel like I'm doing anything special because I do what I love.
In addition to a certificate, Zingale earned a small cash prize that he says will go right back into buying classroom supplies. Zingale's work combining technology with the study of history has earned him attention in education circles. Last year, his students' virtual reality tour of Fort Vancouver went online, and Zingale was recently recognized by Google as well. It was an exciting fall sports season across the district, and nowhere was that more evident than at Hudson's Bay High School. For the first time since 2001, the Eagles qualified for the playoffs, beating Prairie and Evergreen in a special tiebreaker. Bay took third place in the Greater St. Helens League 3A division and earned the right to play Bellevue in the first round of the playoffs. Up north, things didn't go as well as the Eagles lost 51-20, but the school views this year as a huge success. Congrats to Coach Ray Lyons and his players. We have another impressive sports turnaround to tell you about. This one is happening at Fort Vancouver High School on the cross-country team. This year, Fort sent 3 runners to state competitions in Pasco, the most ever for Fort. Emily Phelps, Anna Harrison, and Drew Weber represented the Trappers last weekend, and Chad Young joins us now with the trio who are helping put Fort Vancouver cross-country back on the map.
Thanks, Nick. I'm here with Emily and Anna from Fort Vancouver High School's award-winning cross-country team. Ladies, you just finished the state tournament. Talk to me about your goals going into the season and how that played out for you.
Well, one goal that we had this year really was to make it to state as a team, but that obviously didn't happen. And so it was cool that we made it to state again, but really our plan is to make it next year as a team and bring more individuals to state.
So a lot of times I always think about cross country as an individual sport. And we had 3 individuals from the Fort team at the state tournament. Drew is also joining us here. Drew, I don't know if you know this, but you were the first boy to make the state tournament from Fort Vancouver High School in 10 years. Your feeling?
I mean, it's pretty awesome to be able to pull that off and represent for my school because it's been, like you said, it's been a long time since someone made it. But it's really, I mean, that was really my individual goal going into the season, kind of just to make it there, to understand what it takes mentally and physically to be at that high level. And now that I've been there and I have that under my belt, it's really going to be awesome going into next year because I know what it takes to get there. So,
all right, so 160 runners total in the state meet. You all finished 19th and you finished 30th. So how did you do that?
Well, we put in a lot of hard work this summer and really throughout the whole year, and we've just been building our base since freshman year, and I think that both of us just have really continued to grow throughout our 3 years that we've had so far at Fort, and I think next year, senior year, is definitely going to be better.
Well, I think next year is going to be pretty good. We've talked to a couple girls in middle school, and they seem like they're going to come to Fort because they also like the magnet programs here, which also draws them to Fort, and they just seem really excited because this is a program that's been building up, and it's just like you come and see our program and everybody is like friends with everybody, and like there's no like groups or anything, and it's just a really cohesive team.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The Fort Vancouver High School team competing at the state tournament level again this year. Nick, back to you.
Thanks, Chad. Fort wasn't the only team to find success in Pasco. Skyview's girls cross-country team took 4th place in state at the 4A division. That's its highest finished ever. Individually, Ellen Burbank took 13th place. Congratulations to the Storm. And the next generation of cross-country runners has a new place to train. Salmon Creek Elementary has a new trail on campus thanks to the hard work of volunteers. Led by PTA member Tana Lander, the years-long project put a fitness path on the campus for students and community members. It was made possible with donations, discounted materials, and contributions from Roberts Engineering and Northwest Construction. The annual Salmon Creek Husky Run, where students raise money for the PTA by running and walking, is in its 8th year. Well, a longtime Vancouver Public Schools board member is calling it quits, and we have the chance to thank her for her public service. Tara Cox from the district's communications office joins us now with more. Tara?
Thanks, Nick. After 8 years, Kathy Gillespie will sit for her last meeting as a VPS board member later this month. Gillespie was elected way back in 2009, and in that time, she and her fellow board members have overseen some huge successes. That includes bond and levies passing, national awards, a push into educational technology, and a whole lot more. Her next goal is a bid for a seat in the Washington legislature. If you want to help say thanks to Kathy, there's a public reception in her honor on Monday, November 13th at the Bates Center on Falk Road, right next to Roosevelt Elementary. It runs from 4 to 6 and will include refreshments, speeches, and a lot of fun. We'll also have more on Kathy in our next episode. Speaking of that, did you know that Inside VPS is not just a show, but it's also a magazine? And the new edition is out and hitting mailboxes. The print version comes out a few times every year and includes news from across the district, students, staff, and alumni success stories, and a whole lot more. This edition, you can learn about changes to school lunches and read about an inspiring friendship between a Hudson's Bay alum and a little boy struggling with cancer. If you live inside district boundaries, keep your eyes peeled for when it arrives at your home. There's also a wealth of information available in the News Center on the district's website, vansd.org. Nick, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Tara. Time now for a Re-Schools update, the latest on the work your bond dollars are paying for in our schools. Staff from McLoughlin Middle School met with architects from LSW to give input on their new school building. Mac will be completely replaced as part of the bond measure that voters approved back in February. Neighboring Marshall Elementary will also be replaced, and also due to be replaced will be Truman Elementary. And as you can see in this photo right here, district and school staff met with architects from Bassetti who will be handling that school's new design. And it's not just new school buildings. The bond measure pays for repairs across the district as well. Here's a shot of a roofing repair happening at Fort Vancouver High School as well. The district maintenance team is working hard to keep buildings in tip-top shape so they will last as long as possible. And you can keep up with all of the projects on the district website, vansd.org/reschools, or you can follow along on Twitter. VPS Re-Schools is the handle. We will also have updates right here on Inside Vancouver Public Schools. Students at Eisenhower Elementary welcome the public to see what they've been learning at a Renaissance Fair. Students in the highly capable program at Eisenhower, led by teacher Ann Kirkendall, held a special event for families and classmates. They showed off their research projects into the Renaissance period, which was part of their social studies class. The students took a lot of pride in presenting their learning.
It's really fun when you get to do a project and dress up, because you're the only one in this school dressed up and you can show everybody your things.
I like doing projects like this because they're really fun to do, and I just like school in general.
What a great comment. I like school in general. In addition to the research projects, the students also prepared Renaissance-era food and put on a performance of music, dance, and drama. Messiah Lutheran Church across the street from Eisenhower partnered with the school, donating the use of its building to hold the event. Hey now, time for the big picture. This time around, it's from Washington State University, Vancouver. You can see the beautiful shot of Mount St. Helens right there, and an inspirational quote from Daniel Borstein. Of course, students at Vancouver iTech Preparatory know that view well. That's where that high school campus is located, and a new school building will be going in there as part of the bond. Time now for what's happening. And what's happening this Friday, no school to honor Veterans Day. You can see on Saturday it's Veterans Day. School has been canceled on Friday. Of course, across the school district, schools and students and staff are honoring veterans in their own ceremonies. And if you are interested in attending one of those, you should definitely get a hold of your local school. And that's about it for us. I want to thank you for joining us. Until next time, I'm Nick Voll.